in this video we're going to look at supporting plants individually with bamboo canes, so tying the stems properly and neatly without damaging them to provide good support for plants. And we're going to look at these broad beans here that need support and probably needed support earlier actually. So here you can see these are my broad beans that I planted in autumn, sowed them from seeds in autumn, and they've overwintered, and hopefully the idea is that you get beans earlier in the year. But one big problem we've had is I've constructed these frames here and you can see the string around the bottom. The idea that would hold them all up and support them, but it really hasn't. And I think if you can see there, the stems are really bent over and flopping over, and when they get some more weight on them as the beans start to appear and develop behind those flowers, what's going to happen is they're going to tip over even further. So I'm going to have to support them properly, come up with a way of doing that, and I think that'll be individual canes. Right, I've already pushed this cane in here. I've got another one here prepared that it's got one of these cane toppers on the top, and all that does is protect your face and your eye when you're bending down once the canes are in from jabbing in your eye, and they look alright and it does make a difference. So I've pushed that in already quite firm, and I'll just push this one in as well next to it and get it firm next to the next plant. So I want to be nice and firm. We should have done this earlier. I hope the other system would work and it didn't. And really I'm pushing them close to where the roots are, and you've got potential to damage the roots. I mean, these broad beans are pretty tough and robust, so I think they'll be alright. And it'd have been easier to tie them up because now they've started to bend a bit. What they are, broad beans, is that they're very brittle. They can snap really easily, so bending them back is not great really. So I've got my string here and I've got my knife, so I will just cut a piece of string off. So always cutting away from yourself, and then put the blade back each time. Don't leave it out, don't leave it on the floor with the blade open. Then we're going to look at where we're going to tie it on the cane, and we're going to look where it needs support. We're going to do a tie, like a knot round it, and tie it tight to the cane because you don't want it to move from the cane. But when it comes to the plant, you're going to loop it round gently, and you're going to make a loop, but don't tie that tight. You're going to tie a knot in it tight to stop it moving, but you're going to leave this gap because the stem probably on these is not going to grow much thicker at the moment. But if you tie it too tight, all that sap, all that liquid and nutrition that's coming up and flowing through the stem is gonna, you could constrict it and stop it flowing. You could damage the stem, at which point that's a point where pests and diseases can get in. So that's a big problem. So you mustn't tie it too tight. Plus the plant naturally wants to blow about a bit in the wind in order to strengthen itself up. So we'll take another piece of string, cutting away again, putting the blade back. What we're going to try and do is gently try and get this back up straight so it's not flopping over. So that looks about right. Tie it around the cane, gently lift this up because like I said they're very brittle, and I'm trying not to damage the flowers. This is the problem with waiting too long. If I'd have done this earlier I wouldn't have been in such trouble. Don't want to damage the flowers because that's where the beans are going to form from. Nice loop, and then tie a tight knot on that side. If you struggle tying knots, it's completely fine. You can get these to use these twist ties. You can get these nice twist ties generally from the pound shop, but obviously I haven't been able to get hold of any of those at the minute to show you. And you can just twist those around the cane, make a loop. They seem to have a bit of wire inside and some nice rubber, like rubberized like material on the outside, which is gentle on the plant, and you just twist it at the end so it stops you having to tie the knots if you find that difficult. And so I'm going to go along, I'm going to put a cane in each one of these. I think there's 6 in here, and try and get them all up looking like that, which that one looks much better I think. Right, there's them completed. There were 8 of them actually in total. Couldn't remember whether there were 6 or 8. They look a bit better, they look neater, they're not going to flop all over, the stems aren't going to break, and I'm going to be able to pick the beans hopefully quite easily. Some of them are starting to form down there. This is a bean called the Martok bean, which is a very old bean, potentially the oldest bean that's still growing. And I didn't have many seeds left, so I grew it to save the seed again myself next year, because I'd saved the seed before, but I didn't have many, maybe 10 seeds. You might be able to see there, look, those are the Martok bean flowers, the white ones, white and purple with the black in heads. That one there, that's clearly not, that's got mixed up. I think that's the crimson flower bean, so I'm going to make a note of that, put a label on it, so I'll make sure I don't, when I save the seeds, I don't mix them all up and get the crimson one mixed with the Martok, because the Martok is the one that I want to keep.